Okay. It has been a month since part 3, and I finally found some time to play some more. So, let's pick back up where we left off, which was right after the cave and Ben and Rick had died. So we're gonna go to Aylan to get the help that we wanted. Aylan. But something's not right. Where is everyone? Hello? Is anyone there? Go away! Please, I'm a cleric from Northwall. I need to speak with someone. You're on your own, cleric. Excuse me, is anyone inside? Nothing. Same thing. All the doors you knock on, it's just like, fuck off. Hey! What are you doing outside? Don't you know it's dangerous? Dangerous? No, Shut up! Who are you? I just came from Northwall. I'm a cleric. Then where are your compatriots, the soldiers Northwall would have sent with a cleric? I wasn't alone. You failed to keep your soldiers alive? Look, I don't have time for your accusations. You will answer my questions. Monsters destroyed Northwall. Most of our citizenry wasn't able to make it out. Some survivors were able to get out and escape to a small settlement for protection, but we need help. We're low on supplies. And the reason I'm alone is because a demon named Maestro caused a cave-in in the tunnel. My friends were trapped. I'm sorry to hear that. Please, whatever you can offer, food, shelter, military aid, anything. Military aid? Listen, Suven, I'd like to help you, but we have nothing to spare. Anything you have at all, any spare supplies. Nothing. We have our own predicament, Suven. There's a beast on the loose, one that's able to take the form of a human. It's terrorizing our town, and until it's been dealt with, everything we have has to be carefully guarded. A beast. A monster. She hides in the forest, attacks us in the night. I've been trying to rally some of the citizens to help me deal with her, but everyone's too frightened and untrained. What if I help you? What? If I help you destroy the beast, will you give me supplies or offer Aylan as a shelter for us? I can talk to the citizens, after we've dealt with the beast. Fine, let's go. Now? Aren't you tired? Don't you need to rest first? Look, Marion, every moment I'm not on my way back to Northwall is another moment the town will be in more danger. I see. Well, fighting when you're exhausted is a quick way to get yourself killed, Suven. I have strength still to push on. Besides, if we wait until nightfall, it will be that much more dangerous to venture into the woods. Very well. We leave immediately for the forest to the south. And if I find out you're lying about who you are, that you're helping the beast, you will face a swift death. So hey, I've got a new party member. There's a warrior from Aylan who's zealously pursuing a monster. But I can't mess with any of her stuff. I don't really need anything here. You can, as a matter of fact, go into this item shop here. If you knock... Really, if you knock anywhere, Marion's just like, yo, we can talk to the townspeople after the beast has been dealt with. What about armor, at least? I'm not waiting around while you shop. Let's go. But if you go to the item shop down here, she'll go, you know, he's like, what about supplies? Just go, alright. But I'll let other people play the game for that sort of thing. This forest is cursed, Suven. How so? This town was settled here because it provided a rich supply of lumber, plenty of hunting, and easy gathering. Now there are dangerous creatures that hunt humans. The game has disappeared, and this fog... It isn't natural. Be on your guard, Suven. Let's find the beast. What is this? I don't know. Marion reaches out and touches it. Turns out it opens up, and there's a salve in it. The encounter rate on this map was really weird to try and figure out. It's basically a series of relatively small screens. I don't think anything slows in the forest. So if I made the encounter rate too high, it was like every couple of steps you would get into a fight. but if I keep it too low, you can walk through the whole damn map pretty much. Oh yes, Honeycrisp apples. So these are temporary, or not temporary, they're permanent buffs. Increases certain stats. You'll find other food items that do the same thing. I called it a Honeycrisp apple because they are the best kinds of apples. And I come from the Pacific Northwest, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about apples. So you can see I haven't even gotten any fights so far. But there are times where, like, I've already gotten into 3 by there. So the encounter rate's really weird to set up there. What is this? I'm not sure. I've never seen this place before. The fog doesn't hang here. That doesn't exactly look like a natural arrangement of flowers either. Just reaches out to touch a flower and it goes... Pfft. Yeah, that's right. That's the sound that it makes. It's not leaves rustling, it just goes... Pfft. That's interesting. This is stupid. I have more important things to do than garden. Let's get back to our monster hunt. So, a pretty typical lights out puzzle. Not that I have the solution memorized, so you're going to have to watch me mess with it for a bit. Except I don't want the corners messed with. I don't think I like that. Maybe I do want the corners messed with. There we go. Hey, 50 experienced. 50 experience. Regrowth Flask, which people are always super excited about, and yet I so rarely see people use it in playthroughs. So it restores most of your health and half of your magic over 3 turns, but it refills after battle. So you can use it in once per battle, and then after the battle you get it back. So it's basically a little health and mana potion that you get once per battle. What was that? I didn't see anything. I think we're being followed. The beast? Most likely. Like I said, keep your guard up. What is the beast? She's a citizen who was cursed. What? Why haven't you tried to cure her then? She's beyond saving. End of discussion. Whew. Now you notice the beast kind of pops up and follows you around if you watch the right side of the screen there. So she pops out. And be like, wait, what's over to the right? Oh, it's a dead end here, but nifty little item for the trouble. Hey, a fight! Zorda's gonna go through the whole damn place. So these hornets, actually, there's 3 in this particular troop, and 5 in another one. There's another troop that's just nothing but 5 duders. And all of them are stunned, except for 1. But the one acts depending on how many of them are still alive. So, if there's 3 hornets, then their attack, their sting, hits 3 times. If there's 5, it hits 5 times, that sort of thing. And then if there's at least 3, they can use their swarm ability, which makes them do more damage. So it's kind of a single enemy, kind of a multi-enemy. It's a multi-enemy that acts as a single enemy. And then the snakes, I think, poison you. I don't know. They're pretty straightforward enemies. There's another multi-piece enemy that can show up. But yeah, they poison and raise their attack. It's actually an enrage ability, which Marion has an ability that can counter. If she's level 4. Obviously, she's not. Zeal increases your attack and lowers your defense and gives you double TP generation. And you get to act again, and it lasts for 2 actions. So it's basically, she's just going to go full-on offense, damn the defense. Which I am generally a big fan of. So I'm hoping I get into 1 more battle. Ah, fuck it. Level 4, that's all I really need. So yeah, Crippling Slash removes enrage effects. So it gets rid of that coiling anger. And then you will need it for the boss as well. It also slows enemies. Suvin. There's no saving this monster. We're here to kill it. Aylan will not help otherwise. If she's cursed, Marion, there's still a way she can... No. She's done too much. This discussion is over. There's a clearing up ahead. I have a bad feeling about it for some reason. So those are the little notes that are like, hey, you might want to save and top yourself off if that's a thing you'd like to do. Generally, before every boss, there's always going to be a little something that's like, hey, by the way, have you taken a second to save your game recently? This whole map was totally overhauled at one point, too. I'll talk about that in a second. A dead end. Looks like it. We'll have to start searching away from the path. Suvin! I heard it. Suvin! I think this is the only boss battle for which there's no dialogue right at the start of the fight. Let's see, infusion lasts for actions, and I want Marion to buff up, so I'm going to infuse myself so that I can run some Searing Lights and do some super cool stuff. So the Lunar Strength buff that werewolf puts on itself is something the werewolf basically just prioritizes. It's like, hey, it's got a 5-turn cooldown, and it lasts for 5 turns. And if at any point it falls off, she prioritizes putting it back on. Unless you use Marion to Crippling Slasher to remove Enrages. In which case she's forced to wait until it comes off cooldown. Well, rend your heart from your chest, monster! Those messages are every 25% health. So the werewolf acts more frequently and hits a lot harder if Lunar Strength is up. So really the key to this fight is just using Marion to remove Lunar Strength. And then he does significantly more manageable damage. She does significantly more damage. So the map. I was going to tell you about the map. And initially was one gigantic map that you strolled through. And it was really bad. And I think Liberty was the one who took a look at it and was like, yo, you need to fix your shit. And offered a number of suggestions on how to make it better. And I took them to heart and redid it. I've had a little bit of feedback here and there from other players as well. And I'd like to think it's at a pretty good place at this point. Now, Suvin might die if he gets frenzied. But I'm going to say go ahead and just keep going. Oh, look at that! 2 health. Awesome. Yeah, we'll keep the enrage down. Plus, it's a slow, so I get to act more often, which means I'm super cool and much more likely to win. Yeah, we'll just keep topping up. Always a fan of Zeal. I know it means she gets hit really hard, but love the double TP generation and the extra offenses. Plus, because of that double TP generation, I now have enough to Crippling Slash. Although I guess since it only costs 5, I would have had that amount in the first place, but whatever. This fight's pretty well over. So here comes, like, the biggest major decision in the game. You will be offered a choice to save this girl or kill her. And depending on what you choose, a number of cutscenes as well as one of the boss battles plays out a little differently. And initially I had wanted to make it so that you could actually pick who you wanted to be in your party. The girl, the werewolf, or Marion. But I realized that meant I would basically have to create 2 separate games. So I thought, that sucks. I don't have time for that. It's already long enough as is in terms of production. But I still want it to be a pretty impactful decision. Now, most people I watch play this choose to save the girl. So I'm going to actually pick to try and kill her. Or to let her die, as the case may be. Is she dead? No. She's badly hurt, though. Then it's time to end this. No! How dare you? How dare you stop me from slaying this abomination? Was she always like this? Was she always a monster? You said it was a young woman from the town who was cursed. Yes, Suvin, and that's why she must be slain. She murdered 6 villagers. 6, Suvin! She tried to kill us, too. That won't bring anybody back. And how do you propose to save her? How do you intend to stop her from killing anyone else? You tell me, Suvin. I will not kill her for being an unfortunate victim. Victim! That's what she is, Marion. She's a murderer, Suvin. If you will not let me put her to death for her crimes, Aylan will not help Northwall. Not one soldier, not one safe home, not one scrap of food, Suvin. You will never be welcome in our walls. Is she worth your people's lives, Suvin? Now, most people usually say, stop Mary and save her, but just so that for those who've played the game or maybe want to try out other options and see how things play differently, I'm gonna say, hesitate and let her die. No. But then it's settled, Suvin. This life is worth less than all the people's at Northwall. You just said that. There must be a way to save her, though. You don't get it, Suvin. It's her or Northwall. How can you be so bullheaded, Marion? Curses can be broken. She had no control over what she was doing. I'm through with this argument. I came here for a single purpose, and if you want Aylan's help, you will not stand in my way. This is for all the lives you ended and ruined, monster. Not so fast, my pretty. What? So sorry, but there are other plans in motion for the girl. You will not stop my vengeance. I will kill you too if I have to. Oh, so feisty. You'd be a fun toy. But grown-ups are talking, and I have business with Suvin. Ta-ta! What? Wait, are you Maestro? Suvin, you traitor! Your demon friend is... Oh, much better. What have you done with her? Now, calm down. You're hardly in any state to pick another fight. I'm sure I can muster up the strength just for you, you bastard. Oh, so I buried your friends under a few pebbles. You're getting along swimmingly, saving damsels in distress and all. Shut up! Whoa there. Hey, I'm here to help you this time. I don't need your help. No. So, you know how to remove my curse, then? You did this to her! Well, sort of. Wasn't really my idea, but I'm the one with the magic. I'm sure there's a way to remove it, then. Sure there is. Me? Why would you remove your own curse? It'd be more fun to see what would happen if you traveled with a monster. You said you'd remove the curse. Well, sort of. I mean, I can't just remove it, or she'd probably die. I can change it, though. I'm not letting you touch her. Didn't you hear me? You are in no condition to fight me, boy. Get away from her. Back off. Good. Now then, this won't take long at all. Well, that's all for me. Ta-ta! Hey, are you alright? My body hurts. Try and stand up. Where am I? Who are you? My name is Suvin. You're in the forest near Aylan. Do you remember anything? A little. Did I do something terrible? What did I do? I remember. Come on, stand back up. It's okay. All those people. Suvin, I killed a lot of people. I'm sorry. So, of course, just like with Suvin, you get a chance to name this character as well. But the canonical name for her is Talana. So if you leave it as Talana, there's a few conversations where that gets referenced, because there are certain people who already know her name. It's sort of like in Final Fantasy VII, how you can name Red 13, but then when you go back to Cosmo Canyon, everybody calls him Nanaki. Excuse me. So, if you do rename her, other people will reference that if they know who she is anyway. They'll be like, wait, why are you calling her this? No one ever told me your name. I want you to come with me. Why should I come with you? I think you can be cured. Maestro's curse. It's powerful, but I think it can be removed. And why would you help me? Northwall was attacked. I came to Aylan to find help, but... well, I don't think Aylan's going to help. Why? Because of me. No, that's not what I meant. Call me whatever you want. What? I can't go back to my life in Aylan. I don't have one anymore. And you can't go back because of me. So, I owe you. And since that life's gone, so's that name. So call me whatever you want. Now, if you want to do something original, do your own thing, super cool. I'm going to go ahead and leave it as a default. You don't need to change your name. Your life's not over. Fine, it's Talana. Let's just get going, okay? She's the young woman from Aylan, cursed by Maestro. Emotionally distant and often curt. And, actually, one of the first party members I designed for this game. Before I even started working on this game, like the very first iteration, I was like, I want to make a werewolf character. Just a character that has some transform abilities, that gets some cool skills, and I wanted the transform mechanic to work kind of like how the Dragoon forms do in Legend of Dragoon. So when she turns into her werewolf form, her TP bar slowly drains with each action, and then when it gets below a certain amount, you transform back into a human. So I thought that was pretty super cool. So I am going to switch Suit to Swift Boots and give her the reinforced plating because she will have a better time of increased defenses. And when I run into the broken debuff, she probably gets hit harder by it than anyone else. So I'm going to save and then we'll pick back up.